Alright, let me see if I can get everything set in order. Anyway, good morning. This is Triton. Welcome to my stream. Anybody that sees this in the future. I am trying something out today. I've got my beloved Comanche 250 from A2A Simulations. And I've decided to create a flight as if I'd found a Comanche for sale at auction in Tupelo, Mississippi. And I've purchased this plane. I say it come out of auction. I'm getting it however it is. I have not done any repairs or even looked at it. It's just something you can do in A2A Simulations. You can go up under your maintenance tab and you can set your plane up as an auction plane, and you get it in, I'm not sure how the parameters work, but it's a randomized state of the plane itself. So anyway, we're going to more or less pretend that we've gone up there to pick this plane up. Know nothing about it other than it was a good purchase from auction. So let me open up the doors here. We're going to go outside and give it a little inspection and walk around. Let's see what the plane looks like. I've got a jet up here. Should have had traffic turned off. I'm not sure if he's trying to get to where I'm at or what. But anyway, there's the plane as I found it at auction. We're going to go out and do a little visual inspection. Oh, look at this. Off. He's got it. Huh. That's strange. We have no tip tanks on here, so anyway, we're going to flip it up to main. So we'll have some fuel. Bring up my tablet, and we'll go into the walk around at first. Let's lower our flaps down and go outside and check out the plane. Alright. Well, flaps seem to be solid. I think that's got a little issue there, possibly. We'll continue around, and we'll need to turn some power on and check our lights, beacons, nav lights, landing lights, all working. Power back off. So that looks good. Let's take our tie down off. And we'll move over here and check our fuel situation. I don't know what's in it. Whatever. We may have to change that. And it looks like it may be close to fuel. It's a little dark. And let's get our wheel chocks off. And this is fuel looks good. To be honest, I've never had a situation I've seen water in my fuel in this sim with this plane since I've had it. Propeller looks good. Spinner in good shape. And the moment of truth, we'll see what kind of oil condition we have. And we're not going to be able to do any maintenance. Oh, I don't know about that. It looks like it's asking for trouble, huh? Anyway, I said I'm just going to buy it and fly it the way it is, so we're going to see how well this works. But that does not look good, does it? We got less than 6 quarts of oil. Boy, let's hope it doesn't burn up on us on the way to Little Rock. But check our other tank. It looks like it's full. Remove these wheel chalks off of that. And our pitot cover and other wing tie down. Alright, now let's see if our pitot is working. We'll need some power on, and I'll have to flip on my pitot from my Bravo. That should be the switch for it. It's cold. Up, and it has warmed up, so that's working. Good, that jet's gone. Alright, power should still be on, so we'll try our strobes, our navigation lights, and our landing lights. All that working good. So this plane looks to be in good condition overall. And aileron seems good. Flaps are good. Static port is clear. Remove our other tie down. Elevator seems good. Rudder seems fairly tight. Other static port is also clear. And we're definitely going to keep our tool bag on board. And we'll put our overnight bag in that we had. Alright, well, so the walk around, other than the oil, which is in terrible shape, but that's the whole idea behind this experiment, to see if we can make it home with the plane just purchased from auction. Alright, we'll button it up. We'll leave our windows open because we had some friends that came along with us. They wanted to check it out. I'm not sure if that was the best idea for them, but we're going to try it. Alright, let's go ahead and do a inspect, and the brakes are weak on left brake. The brake pads are worn down and should be replaced now or in the very near future. Well, we're going to do it in the near future. Alright. Anyway, we're not fixing anything. We're taking it in the shape it is in. See what kind of shape our engine is actually in. Our crankshaft oil pressure is pretty good, although the engine is not quite as tight as it should be. Crankshaft bearings are wearing down. Alright, well, we have a worn crankshaft, a worn brake pad. We'll check our engines when we run those. Our electrical system, we do have a good battery, so that's all good. Flight controls, everything Cabin heater's on. We're going to turn that off till we get everything running. Anyway, I put our mixture in full. Our props full forward. Let's go ahead and check our checklist. Since this is a new one, pre-flight is complete. Passengers have been briefed and seat belts are secure. Control locks are removed. Parking brake is set. It is set. Gear switch is down. It is down. Flaps up. Flaps are up. Radios are off. They weren't, but they are now. All radios are off. Autopilot master is off. It is off. Avionics master off. All electronic switches are off. All our circuit breakers look like they're in. Rotating beacon on. And engine start. Desired tank. We are going to run our right-hand tank to start with. Thought cracked. Props are at full forward. Carburetor heat is off. Master switch is on. Now, our rotating beacon is going. Fuel pump on. Let's look and verify we get fuel pressure. So everybody can see it. We are getting fuel pressure. That's good. So fuel pump off. Primer. Let's see. We're pretty warm temperature out here. Shouldn't need much priming. We'll go with 3 pulls on the primer. Carb heat is in all the way. Yep. Alright. Mags to both. Prop area clear prop. It is clear outside. And we'll see if we can get her started. Oh yeah. She cranked up quite nicely. Let's go ahead and lean. And oil pressure is good. Oil pressure, oil temperature, cylinder heads. Alright, our engine start is good. Now we're gonna primary's locked, avionics master on. Avionics master is on. We want to have to where's my say intentions? I don't have it running. It's not. Alright, now we've turned our say intentions on. And let me see if I can quieten it up in here. We got a lot of engine noise. A little quieter. We may have to put our headset on so we can hear us talk. And alright, where were we? Altimeter, we need to check that. Alright, first of all, we'll need our say intentions. ATC. No, where's my say intentions? Well, that's strange. There we go. That's what we needed. Alright. And we're in Tupelo Regional Airport. We're going to get tower 118775. Let's close this down and we're going to turn our radios on for the moment. Transponder. Set it up to 1200. Turn our ADF on. Alright, back to what we were doing. Tower 118775. 118775. There's our tower. Our ground is going to be 121825. 121825. One two one eight two five. All right, that's ground. Navigation. We are going to fly off on a VOR of some sort. We got OTB. That's probably what we'll use. OTB is 1098. 1098. Alright, 1098. We are picking up our transponder and our compass. I'm going to go ahead and set all these from memory without changing the checklist quite yet. Alright, it's heading west. Let's get our compass aligned. And our altimeter, what is our ATIS? 133525. I'm going to put that on our COM2. One, two, 3, 525. One, two, 3, 525. And then we're going. I'm not sure. Oh, 133525.
Embraer 225 Echo Mike, follow the Falcon, then continue to gate Charlie 3.
Following the Falcon, continuing to gate Charlie 3, Embraer 225 Echo Mike.
There's some generated.
Requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Mike.
Information Mike. Okay.
Tupelo Regional Airport information, Mike. 145 Tree Zulu. Wind 170 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Few at 900 foot. Temperature 19. Dew point 16. Altimeter tree 007. Visual approaches in use.
300.
Advise on course heading altitude and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Mike.
Information Mike. Okay. We have information Mike. And we're going to need to do us a run up on this engine for sure. Let's go ahead and get back to our radios on, transponder as required, altimeter set, heading indicator set, landing gear lamp is green. It is. Navigation light as required. We will turn our nav lights on. Parking brake released. Release the parking brake and do a brake test. Brake test performed. Parking brake set. Run up. Position into the wind. I'm not sure which way the wind is right now. We're just going to do it here. There's nothing around me. Alright, let's do our engine run up. Hopefully this will be okay. 2,000 RPMs. 1 Mach. Drop off.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Looks good.
Turn right at the next intersection, hold short of runway 27. Continuing taxi,
Good.
turning right at the next intersection, holding short of runway 27, Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Well, other than our oil issue, it looks like everything else is checking out pretty good. Oil and brakes. We'll just have to be easy on her. Don't get her too hot. Alright. Let's see if you hold 1800. Holding 1800. Excellent. Alright, run up was good. Let's check it all. Fuels check, quantities check, mixture as required, throttle at 2000, engine check, oil pressure, temperature, everything's in the green. Magnetos checked already, prop cycle 3 times, and reduced to 1800, and hold steady, check. Carb heat, check. Before takeoff. Controls. Can't do this in real life, but in the sim we can go out external and look at it. Everything's free and clear. Doors are latched. Flaps as desired. Fuel tank selected. Fuel pump is on. This is before takeoff. Okay, we're not quite there yet. All right, let me put that up. And we're going to call ground. 5, 1, 2, 2, 5. All right, let's see. I think we're all ready to go. Tupelo ground, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, ready to taxi to the active. Okay.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Tupelo ground, taxi to runway 18 via Alpha, hold short of runway 18.
Taxi to run 8 and hold short. Comanche Sierra Alpha Sierra. Alright. We're going to taxi to 18. Parking brake released. Taxi to 18 via Alpha. All right, so far so good. I am going to go out and try to see if I can fetch the chat, possibly. I doubt anyone will be able to see this broadcast, but just in case, and to see if I can do it. Actually, that's more important. Anyway, and I could try to boost my clouds up. I'm running an auto FPS as well, and it's great. Keeps my frame rates up, especially streaming, but it does turn my clouds down, and it doesn't go back up until you reach their parameter. So I think I'm going to bump them up and see if it'll hold it. We don't have a lot of scenery in this area. It should be okay. Let me do that real quick while we're working our way down. We'll just go into our render quality, volumetric clouds. I like them on high. We'll see if they'll hold on high. There we go. They look a little bit better, and they should be okay to hold on to it. Alright, when we come up to the threshold of 18, he didn't tell me to contact tower, but I'm going to anyway. We get over here and we also need to set us a heading. We're going to go out heading. We're letting that idle down a little bit too low. Alright, let's get our heading on runway heading. Oops, a little too far. We're taking off to the south, and we want to track I want to say about something in order that I'm not really sure. I haven't looked at the map that'll get me going well enough. And we'll switch over to tower. Tupelo Tower, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is holding short of runway 18, ready for departure. Get our clearance, and then we will get on departure and get some flight following, probably to Little Rock.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Tupelo Tower, runway 18, line up and wait. Information mic is current.
Information mic is current, line up and wait. Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. And we actually do have a plane coming in. Look at that. It's like a 172. Nice. we'll let him clear the. And sometimes, I'm not sure, we'll see if they've got it fixed now, but a lot of times when it tells me to hold and line up and wait, it never comes back and releases me. I usually have to give it a little kick in the pants by asking for clearance again. But I'm going to give it a moment for the Cessna to clear the airport. Let's clear the runway. And in the meantime, I guess we can go ahead and finish our checklist before takeoff. Fuel pump is on. Landing lights are on. Strobe is on. Mixture fuel rich. Prop full forward. Carb heat off. Engine gauges are green. And then everywhere looks good. Alright, here we're going to ask for again. Tupelo Tower, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, holding 18, ready for departure. And let's
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, winds 169er at 8, runway 18 cleared for takeoff.
18 cleared for takeoff, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. Alright, we're going to take the runway and we'll get our radio set up when we get up and stabilized for the tour guide on say your intention, or say intentions, which I am running. All right, full throttle.
Tucson Tower, good morning. Skyhawk 2454 Echo, ready for departure. Runway 29 right.
60. There we are. Let's rotate.
Skyhawk 2454 Echo, Tucson Tower, runway 29 right. Line up and wait. Information uniform is current.
Yep, I did forget to call my information out, but I am new to ATC. Enjoying this say intentions though. It's really taking a lot of pressure off of trying to ATC out for me anyway. All right, landing gear up. We're going to pull our props, our throttle back to about 24 inches of mercury and at 2400 RPMs and get our mixture. We're going to pull it back till we hear a little bobble in the engine. There we go. And then we'll advance it. And that should be able to be pretty well.
Echo, winds calm. Runway 29er right, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, we're up and away in the Comanche. Let me set my trim. We're an easy glide. We don't want to push these engines. In fact, I'm going to pull my engines back even a little bit more, I think, and climb a little easier. I have to remember this oil is old and dirty. Needs to be changed as soon as we get to Little Rock. Anyway, I don't think I even mentioned it. We are flying from Tupelo, Mississippi, where I found this airplane in my pretend world right now. And I am flying it back to my real life home of Little Rock. I'll be flying into Clinton National Field. We'll be flying ATC all the way. And full realism. Both current time and current weather. All damages on. Flying in a Dolph Reality motion rig with an HP Reverb G2 VR headset. And what else we got? Alpha and Bravo controls. from honeycomb and Velocity 1 rudder pedals. So pretty much what I've got rig wise. I am running on a RTX 2080 Super video card, so we're underpowered compared to the normals today. Anyway, what direction am I flying? I'm not even paying attention. Hopefully I'm going right. As I head toward Little Rock, we probably need to well, first of all, I'm going to set my intentions to the tour guide mode. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the frequency. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Skyhawk 5-4 Echo, contact departure.
And as far as the trip goes, we can bring up our little VR, little nav map VR, which would be the equivalent of my iPad, and we'll get us.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. You're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Alright, let's go ahead. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and switch over to departure 128.5. 128.5. Oops. 128.5. To 8.5. Tupelo departure Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is at 3,400 feet, climbing 5,000. Request flight following to Little Rock. Alright, let's see if that worked.
At our 9 o'clock, 6 miles out, heading 155, you'll spot the Chickasaw Council House. It's a place where, back in the day, the Chickasaw tribe would gather to discuss important tribal matters like who nicked the last of the buffalo and has anyone seen my arrow? It's a bit like a prehistoric version of Twitter, but with less arguing and more feathers. People who enjoy history and don't mind a bit of a walk love it there. My mate Toby once tried to reenact a tribal dance there and ended up inventing a new dance move called the sprained ankle. It didn't catch on. And speaking of catching on, it seems our altitude is as stable as my friend Toby's dance career, which is, well, not very.
Comanche 61, 0 Alpha Sierra Memphis Center, squawk 2572, and I didn't say aircraft type and destination airport.
Okay. I didn't think. It's Memphis Center, huh? Squawk 2572, and ident. Aircraft type is Comanche. Destination airport is Kilo Lima India Tango, Little Rock, Arkansas. And our 610, what we need, 2572. 2572.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, flight following is on request. Squawk 2572, then ident.
572. Two 572 ident. Squawking 2572.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra radar contact. 4 southeast of Pontotoc County Airport at flight level 5,000 feet.
Copy, radar contact, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. Alright, now we've got to get back down to 5,000. Get myself on autopilot and lined up before I'm going.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, roger.
There we go. And we're going to bring it back down into further cruise. Alright, my poor piloting skills. We're going to get it lined up. 5,000 feet. And we're going to hold altitude here. On this heading, we're good. We'll trim down as it requests. There we go. Trim down is good. Alright, now we've got our radio going. Need to set our directions. Since I'm kind of doing this all on the fly. But anyway, a little nav map VR. We'll bring that in again. And I need to be flying course to Little Rock, which was pretty well lined up with what I'm doing. We'll adjust slight difference. What does that look like? About 280 or so. We'll go with that for right now. About 280 degrees. That's pretty good. Maybe 285. We'll go with 285. And I think we're going to need to fly a little bit further north to get on the 285 radio. See if we can get there. $270, $285, yeah. Alright. We ought to be in pretty good navigation wise now. We have flight following. Our tour guide is on. See if she'll bring us anything. And I guess we can clean up everything in the cockpit. We can pull our landing lights don't need to be on anymore. Turn those off. Got our cruise set at 2,000 RPMs with about 20 inches of mercury on the manifold pressure. Cylinder temperatures are green. All temperatures look good across the engine. Oil temperature is good. Oil pressure is good. Amps, fuel pressure. We're burning on our right hand tank. We'll burn that for a few more minutes and they'll switch to our left hand tank and burn it down to even. All in all, we're in pretty good shape right now, it looks like. I think I've got my damages and all set to we have an auction airplane and air temperatures looks like okay outside.
Air Canada 235, hold at Waypoint Briggs. Expect further clearance in 10 minutes. Holding at
Electrical
Briggs, waiting for
system's
further
good.
clearance, Air Canada 235.
Let me take the headphones off. Hear the engine. We can hear our engine going. What it would sound like if you're in the aircraft. Alright. Got all that going. Okay, we were gonna. I'm gonna switch, put the headset down for a minute and check something.
Error.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, contact Memphis approach on 125.8. Safe flight.
Memphis approach on one. Let's see. Up. I got my controls all messed up now. Get my controls back where I can use them. What was that you said? Memphis approach on 125.8. Have a good day. 125.8. Memphis approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, checking in at 5,000.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Memphis departure, roger.
Alright, we've checked in with them. Back to what I was doing.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Memphis departure, contact Memphis Center on 128.5. So long.
8.5. Over to Memphis Center on 128.5. Good day. Did I never switch over? Too many things happening at one time. I'm trying to do. All right, 128.5. Memphis Center, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, checking in at 5,000.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Memphis Center, roger.
Okay. Once again, I can't seem to get all my ducks in a row on trying to stream and do all this. Alright, well anyway, I'm trying to look, how do I display the chat the best way?
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra Memphis Center, contact Memphis approach on 124.15. Take care.
Why do you keep flipping me around for? That's a Microsoft thing. Memphis approach on 124.15. Good day. 24. Memphis approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, checking in at 5,000.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra Memphis departure, roger.
I was not even paying attention. I flew right past my radio. And let's see what our auto FPS is doing. Alright. And we should have that up and going as well now. T-Lot is still at 50. Clouds remain at high. Oh look. Object level detail is still at 100. Foot per minute. Target frame is 30. We're maintaining 30 frames. Everything looks good over there. Excellent job there, Reset. Reset Transponder made that, or mainly his work. Works great. Alright. And we can actually look at the broadcast. That seems to have a pretty high impact on my frames with that though. So I'm going to turn that back off and go back to my ATC. Not nearly as bad a problem. Alright. We'll see how it looks. Looking right down. Looks smooth to me. Alright, so we approach my radial. And it's about time to switch tanks. That's how I had my fuel pump on the whole time. Fuel pressure remains. We can turn the fuel pump back off now. We don't need it while we're flying. And our temperature is well above freezing, so we don't have to worry about pitot heat. As we approach these clouds. Ah, my coffee. Okay. I wonder when we'll be able to pick up Little Rock. I'm going to go ahead and dial that frequency up as well, I think.
UPS 901 Heavy Contact Center on 133.5. Good day.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Contacting center on 133.5. Good day. UPS 901 Heavy.
Alright. Well, Little Rock's VOR is 113.9. Probably won't be able to pick it up quite yet. 113.9. Let's do that. Put that on. Oh, look at that. We are getting it. Okay, that's good. And we want to fly inbound to intercept the Little Rock VOR. So let me see what direction we need to fly to get to it. Pretty good, right on 270. So actually we're doing pretty good on that anyway. Alright, well I think I'll switch on over to 113.9. And we'll just get on our GPS, our radial, and fly to 113.9. Inbound to intercept. Alright. Let's switch that on over to tracking mode and see if we can just track the radio. Well, it's nice having all these little tools in VR.
Singapore Airlines 326 contact departure on 126.9er. Have a good flight.
Switching to 126.9er. Thanks. Singapore Airlines 326.
And I wonder if they're going to hand us over to Little Rock Approach. It'll be a while. We're at on Memphis Center now, I guess. Center 128.5. I'll lean my head out to drink my coffee. Alright, well anyway, we'll spend our time, we'll go ahead and look at our checklist again. And we already did the takeoff. We didn't do all that. Climb. Let's check our mixture again. And now we're burning a little over 10 gallons per hour. We're on our left-hand tank now. We're in cruise mode. Throttle is set, prop is set, lean is required, fuel pump off, verified. I should have done that. Fuel pressure check, engine gauge is all green, and everything checks. And the next thing we'll need to do is, when you're ready to get to approach, we'll leave that up for our checklist. And we'll make it into Little Rock. We'll have to get the oil changed immediately. Let's see what our distance is. $116.6 nautical miles. We're traveling now at 130 knots.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra Memphis departure, contact Memphis. Approach on 118.9er, take care.
Memphis approach on 118.9, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Why do you keep handing me off back and forth? That's as bad as Microsoft Flight Simulators. Mint 118.9er. One 8.9. Memphis approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, 5,000 feet, checking in. It still amazes me what I'm doing here, flying in VR with the motion rig.
Hey, so like if you look at our 1 o'clock, 24 miles out, heading 292, there's this old place called Tate Log House. It's, you know, like a historic spot or something. People probably chilled there back in the day. Cool if you're into old wood stuff, I guess.
And the Say Intentions tour guide has come back with a response to us. It is pretty cool. my sweet spot lined up properly. All right, 105 miles to go. So far the plane has worked great. Now again, I've got this set on full realism. I've only got it on normal wear. I don't have it accelerated or anything.
Chattanooga clearance, Twin Cessna 5077 Juliet. Ready to pick up my IFR clearance with information X-ray.
Flying old school navigation. It's got a VOR.
At 1 o'clock, 19 miles out, heading 298. You'll spot the Tate log house. It's a bit like a wooden version of the TARDIS. Looks small on the outside, but inside it's, well, still quite small actually. Built by someone with a love for logs and history, or maybe just someone who wanted to live like a squirrel. It's a hit with tourists who enjoy staring at old wood and imagining life without Wi-Fi. Now, my friend Toby, he once tried to recreate the pioneer days there. Got stuck in a homemade coonskin cap. They had to butter his head to get it off. Quite the history lesson he got that day.
Uh-huh. It's very funny there, ATC. Alright, tour guide. That's Janet, her personality. I've got it set up. It's supposed to be a mixture for
Twin Cessna 77 Juliet, clear to the Augusta Regional at Bushfield Airport. Radar vectors JLS then is filed. Maintain 4,700, expect 15,500 10 minutes after departure. Departure 125.1, squawk 1526, expect runway 15 for departure.
I typically fly the plane, the Comanche with the tip tanks on it, but I kind of like the looks of it without it. I may have to start switching out. Anyway, we're flying this auction plane. I never even looked what our Hobbs meter has got. 2,861 hours. Yeah, it's a pretty cool state that you can set this plane in. That you can. I'm not sure the difference in used and auction. I would assume auction is more wear on it, or with some problems possibly. I'm not sure exactly what the definition is. But I bought this one as an auction plane, as an experiment, just to hop in it at a remote destination and fly home.
Is the intriguing Buck Island. This little gem is a significant sandbar island located in the Mississippi River. It's one of the few remaining undisturbed river islands, providing a sanctuary for wildlife and a slice of natural beauty amidst the flowing waters. Buck Island has become a haven for outdoor enthusiasts, especially bird watchers and those seeking a tranquil escape from the hustle of modern life. Its isolation and undeveloped state make it a rare find, offering a glimpse into the river's ecosystem as it would have appeared to early explorers centuries ago. It's a testament to the enduring power of nature, even in the face of human expansion and development.
Well, it must be it in front of us, but I haven't got there to make it out yet. I guess I'm thinking that is the Mississippi River, right out in this area. So it's hard to pull the detail out in VR, at least in mine with the clarity I get to run. Well, one way we can do it, if we can look at the little nav map. Yep, and you can see it exactly where I thought it was. So and the wind, if it stays the same direction, it looks like we'll be coming in possibly one of the ILS runways. I'm not sure what they'll give us in Little Rock. (125.650).
At our 12 o'clock, approximately 15 miles out, we have the natural charm of Buck Island. This little gem on the Mississippi River is one of the few remaining river islands untouched by development. It's a sanctuary for wildlife and a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. The island's lush forests and sandbars are a stark contrast to the surrounding agricultural landscape, offering a glimpse into the river's wild past. Birdwatchers and campers especially treasure this spot for its serene beauty and the chance to disconnect from the hustle of modern life. It's a slice of wilderness that's managed to survive amidst the march of progress, a true testament to the resilience of nature.
Yeah, I'm assuming
610 Alpha Sierra Tunica clearance contact Memphis Center on 135.3. Safe flight.
Memphis Center on 135.3. Good day. 3. I'm not sure why it's sending me back and forth. On 135.3. Memphis Center, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. It's 5,000 feet, checking in. Looks like we might get into a little weather.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra Memphis Center, roger.
Little cloud cover up ahead. Might run into some weather before we get to Little Rock, looks like.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra Memphis Center, contact Memphis approach on 119.1. Have a good evening.
Why are you bumping me back and forth? Is this a Microsoft issue? Or is it say intentions issue? Memphis approach on 119.1, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Have a good day. One, two. One 9.1. Memphis approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, 5,000 feet, checking in. It must be our Beaver Island out there, that you can see it. It is a nice little view.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra Memphis departure, roger.
Let's send me off to Little Rock.
Delta 1316, contact Tower 118.3, good night. Tower 118.3, good night, Delta 1316.
Alright, back to where I was, Little Rock. One 12565 is what they show. 25. Nope, not picking up anything on it yet if that's the frequency. Runway 8 is the preferred runway, it looks like. Once again, this is so cool. You'll be able to fly. Got the haptic seat giving me the subtle vibrations of an engine running. The motion rig.
Chattanooga departure, Twin Cessnas, 5077 Juliet, out of 3,000 for 4,700.
We're at 77 miles out of Little Rock now. Our fuel pressure is good. I think I'm going to continue on my flight with both tanks on. Fuel pump back off. Fuel pressure stays in the green. Oil pressure's good. Oil temperature's good. Cylinder temperatures are good. Everything. Manifold pressure 21.1. Whoa.
Twin Cessna 77 Juliet radar vectors to Gillis, maintain 4700.
I just got it on autopilot so it can fly nice and comfortably. Not a whole lot to do.
Twin Cessna 77 Juliet.
But the plane is performed admirably. No issues whatsoever. Thought we might run into some issues with that oil. it being in such poor condition. Only 6 quarts of oil and it black as coal. But it looks like we hopefully will make it with no issues. See, we're not having any problem with temperatures. We'll get it on ground and we'll do an oil change on it, and it'll be do some fresh brakes, and it should be good to go. Actually, I think I'll make another flight like this. I'll get a random location within flight duration without going too awful long, and another auction plane will just fine. Actually, we might try next time. I might try just a used plane, see what the differences are when I get a used plane versus an auction plane. But we did get our call letters painted on it anyway, ahead of time. We're at 69 miles from Little Rock.
Oh! Ram, requesting clearance for pickup pattern work. Thank you.
But my old rig seems to be performing pretty good. Doing all this, including streaming with OBS, and I'm getting pretty good performance considering. I can only imagine what it'd be like if I had a 4090 or something. But I'm going to wait for Microsoft 2024 to come out, and then I'll consider upgrading
American
equipment.
1145, slow to 170 knots, 5 mile final contact tower, 118.3, good night.
When I'm
Zero tower, 118.2, good night, American 1145.
But when I'm flying by myself like this, it performs real well. And the only time I run into issues when
Comanche 610, Alpha Sierra Memphis, departure contact Memphis Center on 135.3, safe flight.
you already sent me over there. Memphis Center on 135.3. Good day. Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Memphis Center, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, checking in at 5,000 feet.
Comanche 610, Alpha Sierra Memphis Center, roger.
Yeah, it looks like the cloud's going to get a little thick coming in towards Little Rock.
Comanche 610, Alpha Sierra Memphis Center, contact Memphis approach on 119.1.
Oh,
Take
come
care.
on. Oh, come on. 119.1. Approach on 119.1, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. That's kind of ridiculous, but that's Microsoft, I think. I'm not sure how they get their information. Anyway, back over, we'll go to 119.1, back to it. Memphis approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, en route to Little Rock at 5,000 feet, checking in. En route to Little Rock. Hand me off to Little Rock. Probably 61 miles out. 61 miles out.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Memphis departure, roger.
Yeah, roger. Don't hand me off to center again. Alright, keep an eye on everything. Looks like we'll make it in alright, unless something changes dramatically. I was actually kind of hoping for a failure. Maybe I'll try another flight and ramp the failure rate up quite a bit. So it pretty much going to ensure something breaks down on a flight. Maybe we'll have to declare a Mayday emergency and make an emergency landing.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Memphis. Departure contact, Little Rock approach on 119.85.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Little Rock approach on 119.85. Good day. Good. Finally, get over to Little Rock. 119.85. One 119.85. That is right. Little Rock approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is at 5,000 feet, 57 miles east of the airport, checking in.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Little Rock departure, roger.
Little Rock approach, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, requesting a full stop landing.
Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Little Rock departure contact, Memphis Center on 135.3. Safe flight.
Little Rock departure, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra would like an instrument approach, please.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sarah, Little Rock approach, roger. Descend and maintain 3000. Expect vectors for visual approach runway 18 at Bill and Hillary Clinton National. Comanche 0 Alpha Sarah, expect the ILS approach. Runway 18 at Bill and Hillary Clinton National.
Descend and maintain 3000. Expect vectors to visual approach runway 18. Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Alright, we're going to have a visual approach on 18. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. So we're going to take off our altitude hold, drop our throttle a little bit, and we are trimmed down. Well, we're going to descend and maintain 3,000 feet, and we'll expect an visual approach to 1-8.
At our 10 o'clock, 3 miles out, we have the Big Slash Ducks and Bucks. It's a slice of waterfowl heaven, especially for those with a penchant for duck hunting. The area is a magnet for migratory birds, making it a hotspot for bird watchers and hunters alike. Just imagine each year these skies are crisscrossed by flocks of ducks looking for a pit stop on their long journey. It's like the avian version of a busy airport.
Alright, we're coming.
Twin Cessna 77 Juliet, contact Atlanta Center on 133.1. Take care.
Coming up on 4,000 and going down to 3,000. We're 46 miles, almost 47 miles out.
Cleveland departure, United 913 with you, 5,000.
With you at 5,000. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. We got 700 feet to go. Not sure what our altimeter is now. Very, very, very realistic.
At our 9 o'clock, 12 miles out, heading 169, is Crockett's Bluff Lookout. It's a place where you can see for miles, like a really rubbish superpower. It's named after Davy Crockett's cousin, Barry Bluff, who was famous for absolutely nothing. People go there to look at the view, or to avoid other people, or both. My friend Toby went there once, hoping for a bit of peace and quiet. Instead, he found a group of squirrels that had formed some sort of cult. They were quite insistent on him joining. He's now their leader, wears a tiny acorn hat and everything. It's a bit nuts, if you ask me.
Climb and maintain flight level 300, United 913.
Alright, coming up on 3,000 feet. We'll put our altitude hold back on. Increase our Manifold pressure.
Radar contact. Climb via the SID. Keep it at 220 knots until reaching 6,000.
Maintaining 3,000, heading into Little Rock. We're now 41.3 miles out. Much more cloud cover. Yeah, it never gets old flying this plane for some reason. It's
2:30. We have the Stuttgart Small Diamond Railroad crossing. It's a unique spot where two rail lines intersect at a diamond junction, which is quite a rare sight from the air. Railroad enthusiasts and photographers often flock to such crossings to capture the perfect shot of trains dancing around each other. It's a little piece of transportation history right beneath our wings.
Interesting. Stuttgart is where I did my solo in my gyrocopter, which is the only real aircraft that I've flown in real life. A Benson gyrocopter, if anybody's familiar with it. It's a small enough field without a lot of traffic.
Contact. Cleveland approach on 126.55.
Since it's a totally experimental aircraft, all my training was done through towing and one flight with somebody else.
American 16, climb and maintain
But it
5,000.
it had about a little over 100 hours in it before I gave it up. But that is where I flew mostly out of Stuttgart. Send and maintain 3,000. We're on it. Heading into Little Rock at 35.7 miles out now. Oh! And we are getting into some clouds. Heavy clouds. It says we're going to get a visual runway 18 when we get to Little Rock. I guess we'll know in a few minutes. For a visual approach. Ground speed 134 knots. 15 minutes to destination. Or to the VOR, I should say.
At our 11 o'clock, about 10 miles out, heading 206, is the Stuttgart Small Diamond Railroad crossing. It's a quaint little spot where two rail lines intersect, forming a perfect diamond shape, which is quite rare, like a good steak or a politician who keeps promises. It's not just a crossing, it's a symbol of paths intersecting. Much like life, if you think about it too much, which I wouldn't recommend. People who like trains or geometry might find it fascinating, or at least a way to pass the time without staring at their phones. Now my friend Toby, he once tried to use the crossing as a picnic spot. Ended up with a sandwich full of gravel and an unexpected ride on a freight car. Took him 3 stops to realize he wasn't in Kansas anymore, or Stuttgart for that matter.
Kennedy Tower, Skyhawk 124, hold short of runway 4 left, ready for second pattern and departure. Thank you.
Alright, we're going to need to fly up to this area. So we're going to need to go into heading mode, I believe, and switch, turn our heading slightly to the north so we can get on a
Kennedy Tower, Delta 124, I exit
a
for
visual to
takeoff.
18.
Over.
That should be enough. We're not going to maintain VFR.
At our 9 o'clock, about 9 miles out, is the Stuttgart Small Diamond Railroad crossing. This
Okay.
unique spot is where two rail lines intersect at a diamond junction, a common feature in railroading, but a point of intrigue for those fascinated by the logistics of train travel. The crossing has been a pivotal part of the local rail network, facilitating the movement of goods and contributing to the economic development of the Stuttgart area. Rail enthusiasts often find these crossings to be a snapshot into the operational complexities of the rail system. It's a subtle yet significant piece of infrastructure that keeps the wheels of industry turning smoothly.
Interesting clouds. All right, 25 miles out. No issues so far. The plane's performed great. So I thought it was going to be a little bit dicier than it is with that oil, but it hadn't seemed to affect any of the oil temperatures or pressures.
10 miles east of Galveston at 3,500, climbing to 5,000, questioning flight hall.
And we can see what the auto frame per seconds. Kept my clouds at high. T-Lod is at 50, which is alright. I don't even see a major issue with it.
Folks, if you glance out to our 12 o'clock, about 12 miles ahead, you'll catch a glimpse of Tegan's Corner. Now, it's not just any corner. It's a spot that's become quite the local beacon for folks looking to soak in the charm of Arkansas without the hustle of the big city. It's one of those places where you can just feel the stories seeping out of the ground stories that date back to the early settlers who found these crossroads a perfect meeting spot. It's the kind of place where you half expect to see a horse-drawn carriage rather than a modern car. Keep our cameras ready. It's a site that's as quaint as it is quietly historic.
Roger. Future got some pressure running.
Alright, we're going to turn them 1 or 2 more degrees to the north so we can kind of get a we'll end up over here for runway 18 entry. Getting a little bit of a turbulence now. As we go into total clouds. Whoa. Hope you guys can see the motion rig tilting and moving around right now, because it's a little bit turbulent. I realized the seat hadn't been moving much since I took off.
So at our 12 o'clock, about 17 miles out, heading 273, there's this place called Scott Settlement. It's like a time capsule, but without the fun of actually traveling through time. It's a historic site that's been around since the 1800s, which is basically when everything old happened. People say it's important because it shows what life was like before we had the internet and had to actually talk to each other. Imagine that. Now, my friend Toby, he went there once looking for a Wi-Fi signal. Poor bloke ended up trying to connect to a butter churn. He thought it was some sort of rural router. Needless to say, he didn't get any likes on his Instagram that day. And speaking of navigating the past, it's quite impressive how we're smoothly cruising at this altitude, almost as if we're trying to avoid any modern technology down below, just like Toby.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, change to my frequency on 135.4.
Going to 135.4, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. 135.4. .135.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, contact Bill and Hillary Clinton National Tower on 118.7. So long.
Tower on 118.7, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Alright, back over to the tower. That was 118.7. Clinton Tower, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is 12 miles out, inbound for landing on runway 18, please.
Comanche 610 Alpha, Sierra Bill and Hillary Clinton National Tower enter, left downwind for runway 18.
Enter left downwind for runway 18, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. Alright, hopefully we'll get out of these clouds before we get too close. Let's set our
Hey, so like at our 12 o'clock, 7 miles out, there's this place called Scott Settlement. It's got some old buildings and stuff, pretty chill if you're into history. They say it's like stepping back in time, man. Cool to check out if you're not flying a plane, I guess.
Cool. Cool to check out, huh? Alright. 9.5 miles from the VOR. And we should be coming out there pretty good. Okay, we're getting pretty close. We're going to have to descend again, I think. All right. Let's drop down to about 2,000. Hopefully we'll break out of these clouds. I did not ever listen to the...
Vice on initial contact, you have information Yankee. Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport / Adams Field information Yankee.
Information Yankee.
Wind 220 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, solid overcast at 800, good temperature 21. Dew point 18. Altimeter 29095. ILS runway 22 left and 22 right RNAV runway 18. I was advised on initial contact.
If you glance out to our 11 o'clock about 3 miles away, you'll catch a glimpse of the
Bill
Scott
and
settlement.
Hillary Clinton
This
National
little gem
Airport
is a
/
slice
Adams
of
Field
Arkansas
information
history,
Yankee.
showcasing structures and
165
artifacts from the 1800s.
Wind
It's like a
220
time
at 6.
machine to the days when cotton was
Visibility
king, and
10.
folks lived a whole lot
Sky
differently than we do
conditions,
now.
solid overcast
History
at
buffs and
800,
school kids
good
on field
temperature
trips get a
21.
kick out of it,
Dew
and I bet a
point
few of you would too,
Altimeter
especially if you enjoy a good
29095.
old historical haunt without the
ILS
need for a
runway 22
DeLorean.
left and 22 right RNAV runway 18. I was advised on initial contact, you have information Yankee.
Information Yankee.
Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport / Adams Field information Yankee.
Downwind for 15 right, full stop landing.
Clinton Tower, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, entering downwind for runway 18. I do have information Yankee.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, winds 183 at 22, runway 18, clear to land, report midfield downwind.
We'll report midfield downwind, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. Clinton Tower, Comanche 610 is midfield downwind, runway 18. Past midfield actually.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, report midfield downwind for runway 18.
Reporting midfield, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra.
Comanche Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 18, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. Alright, now let's and we're going to turn on our base.
About 10 o'clock, approximately 1 mile out, heading 293, we have the city of Sherwood. Known for its annual Christmas parade, Sherwood's festive event is a highlight that brings the community together with floats, bands, and a jolly atmosphere. The parade is a tradition that has been celebrated for years, marking the start of the holiday season for residents and visitors alike. It's a charming display of local culture and spirit, where you can see the pride and effort of the city's inhabitants in every decorated float and performance. It's not just a parade, it's a showcase of community and holiday cheer that's worth seeing from above.
Alright, we're turning final for 18. Somewhere out here, hopefully we'll see it. Not much for a visual 18 though.
Skyhawk 505 Alpha, Mike cleared for touch and go, runway 27 traffic departing ahead. Cleared for touch and go, runway 27 Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike.
So like at our 2 o'clock, couple miles out, there's the old mill. It's kind of cool, looks old and stuff, been in a movie. Over.
Yep, the old mill was in Gone with the Wind. Alright, we're going to put our landing lights on. Now we're going to drop our gear. Hopefully we'll come into visual real soon of the runway lights.
Beechcraft 90001 Bravo, cleared to land, runway 24, wind calm. Cleared to land, runway 24, Beechcraft 90001 Bravo.
Alright, we're going to disengage our autopilot. Flaps, one lobster flaps are in.
Mooney 824, Foxtrot Delta cleared for immediate takeoff, runway tree. Cleared for immediate takeoff, runway tree, Mooney 824, Foxtrot Delta.
And we come into Little Rock. And the Comanche has made it. On final for runway 18. Approach speed looks good. We're lined up. We flew here old school navigation for the best part.
We have the Arkansas Korean War Veterans Memorial. This solemn site honors the brave individuals who served during the Korean War. It's a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made, and it's visited by veterans, history buffs, and families looking to pay their respects. The memorial is beautifully designed and offers a quiet place for reflection amidst the bustling city life.
And there is downtown Little Rock, friends.
Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike, extend downwind I will call your base. Roger, extending downwind Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike.
A little bit of a crosswind coming in.
Diamond Tree 71 Bravo, Charlie, make a tree 60 degree turn to the right for spacing.
Making a tree 60 degree right turn, Diamond Tree 71 Bravo, Charlie.
All right, we are down safely in Little Rock.
Sarah, contact Little Rock ground on 121.9er.
121.9er, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Have a good day. 1.9er, 121.9er. 12. Gonna be easy on my brakes since they were a little weak. 121.9. What did it say? What did he say? 121.9. We're handed off.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sarah, good day.
121.9. Clinton ground, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra. Taxi to parking, please. Anyway, we're just going to taxi right down here and shut her down. Call it a flight. That was
610 Alpha Sierra Bill and Hillary Clinton National Ground Taxi to parking via Alpha Delta Monitor Ground, point 9er. Good day.
We'll monitor ground on point 9er. Good day. Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra. Alright, we're going down here. Park beside this Spitfire. Alright, mixture off, engine off, fuel off, mags off, landing lights, beacon, navigation lights, auto avionics off, power off. We'll put our control locks up secure our aircraft. We're going to do that right from the book here. Parking brake, we'll set that on. And wheel chocks, tie downs, pitot covers all on. And we have made it here with 2,862.7 hours on our Hobbs meter. Oil did not fail us. We survived. Everything worked out pretty good. So we'll call that a stream at that. Y'all have a great day. Appreciate you coming in. Stop streaming. Stop